Yeah, so in your seat, let's bring some awareness to those hips and to the thighs, okay? Thighs are a really big muscle group. Hips are really grounding and stabilizing for the physical body. And Vata, that air and ether element, is seated in our thighs, seated in our hips, in our colon. So let's begin with some deep breaths in, but breathe the breath into the hips. Send it to the hips. And let's add a color to the breath. Let it be the color red. The red breath grounding into our hips and our thighs. Notice your ankles and your feet, anything that they're touching. Notice your knees. Draw your awareness from your knees across the tops of the thighs to the hips. Feel the thighs ground and the hips ground, and stabilize us as we sit. The red breath filling the hips, the thighs, the knees, all the way down to the feet. Now grounding into our surroundings, we'll gently, slowly open our eyes. Feel a deep breath in and let a deep breath go out. Maybe the mouth, maybe the nose. Yeah. We're just going to move our awareness throughout our physical space. We're going to move our awareness slowly. So with a deep breath in, exhale, gaze at something in your space and name it. For example, that's a book. Deep breath in. Exhale moves the gaze slowly to something else. Focus on another object. Name it. Deep breath in. Exhale moves our gaze to another object. Name the object. Deep breath in. Our exhale move and with intention. Name the object. And deep breath in. And exhale closes our eyes and brings our energy and awareness back to our physical body. Let's connect with our heartbeat. Maybe bringing a hand to the heart if that supports us, making that mind-body connection. Feeling those thighs, hips, knees, feet on the ground. We can exhale, release the hand, or we can keep it on our heart. And when we think about steadying our mind, Sri Patanjali gives us a lot of ideas on how to do that, keeping the mind still. He says that the calm of the mind can be controlled by the exhalation or retention of breath. We breathe and we notice the breath. He says it can be on the concentration of subtle sense perceptions. Noticing the beating of the heart and focusing. You can also maintain steadiness of mind by concentrating on the supreme, ever blissful light within. Or by concentrating on a great soul's mind. So like a saint. Or by concentrating on an experience had during dream or sleep. So thinking about a dream and just being in that dream, focusing on that. And then my favorite, he says, we can maintain stillness of mind by meditating on anything one chooses that is elevating. For me, that might be a nephew or a Super Bowl victory. Nothing really spiritual about that, but if it helps our mind focus, then that's what our goal is. So for our practice today, think of something, maybe from that list, or maybe from your own, that you can keep your mind still. But if it wanders, with gentleness and self-compassion, draw it back to that thing. So bring it to mind, visualize it, feel it in your being. And exhale, sigh. And let's open our eyes and make our way to our backs. And when we get to our backs, first thing we're going to do is visualize that thing. Visualize that thing. Visualize that saint, whatever it is. Bring it to mind. That's our anchor. And then on your back, bring your feet to the floor. Maybe draw a red breath into the low back, a red breath into the hips, the thighs. Ground the feet. Hands can be out like a T or by the side of the body. Get those shoulder blades flat on the floor. Feel completely supported. Feel completely grounded. Legs are bent. Feet are down. We're going to exhale, drive those hips up. So the glutes press up, the hips rise. And then we'll exhale, lower the hips down. A deep breath in, elevate those hips. Exhale, lower. You can inhale, lift the hips. Lift the arms up, stretch the arms behind us if that feels good. Maybe we want to keep them down. Then we'll exhale, float hips, hands, arms down to the ground. Inhale, float up. It can be arms with hips or just arms maybe. Then we'll exhale, that red breath, pressing those hips down. Inhale, float up and back maybe. Exhale, anchoring into the breath, anchoring into the hips. Last time, let's float up and let's pause with the hips lifted. Maybe the arms are behind us. Breathe in. Exhale, a deep sigh, the breath grounding, causing us to be heavy. And then draw those knees into the chest when we get the back down to the ground. And with those knees drawn in, ground the back, that low back, to the floor. Grounding. And our mind is anchored on whatever we chose at the beginning of our practice. Let's breathe in. And exhale, draw the right knee in, extend the left leg long. You can either keep the left leg on the ground or keep it suspended up just a little bit, but feel your energy extend out through the sole of the foot, and then feel the other energy in the right leg compressed down. The thigh is heavy, the shin's on top of the back of the leg. Breathe in. Exhale, switch. So the right leg goes out, the left leg draws in. Exhale. Deep breath in. Exhale. Do that one more time. We're going to switch. Exhale, send the leg out, draw the leg in. Deep breath in. Exhale, switch. Keep that low back pressed into the floor. That leg, left leg in, right leg out. And now with that right leg out, lower the right leg to the ground if you had it lifted. And then bring the left leg across the chest. So we're a little twist. The left arm can go out to the side. The left leg crosses the body. We can bring a block or a blanket underneath the knee, offering ourselves a twist. Feeling the thigh in this different orientation of the body, moving across the body. Our right leg grounding us to the floor, into the earth element, the Prithvi, grounded. Breathe in. Exhale, lift that knee off the ground, bring it back to center, hug the left leg in, and then send the left leg to the sky. So left leg to sky, the right leg is down. Let's inhale. And then exhale, draw that right leg up. So the feet are side by side. And now let's rock back and forth. Massaging kind of the tops of the glutes, the low back. If you want to bend the knees, you can bend them, but we're going to rock side to side with the legs extended up. Whether they're bent or long is totally up to you. And now bring some stillness, grounding the movement. Draw the right knee in, send the left leg long, lower the left leg to the ground. And then we're going to twist, bring the right leg across the body to the floor on the left side of the mat, maybe onto a block. Right arm can be out like a T, or you can keep that right hand grounded on that hip. Sometimes it's really supported to have the body-mind connection. So whether that's a hand on our physical body or over on the ground, drawing the energy up from Mother Earth. Breathe in. Exhale that red breath. Breathing in that red breath to the hips and down. Exhale, sigh. Let's roll over back to the middle. Extend the right leg to the sky. So the left leg is down, right leg is up. And then draw the left leg up. Now our feet are side by side. You can bend the knees if you want, or keep the legs high. And then we'll just rock side to side, over to the right, over to the left. The arms can steady us to the side. And now let's bend our knees, extend the legs long, and roll over onto our stomachs. And sometimes when I come onto my stomach, if I really want to ground, I'll find a blanket and fold a blanket up and rest it underneath my hips. So it's kind of soft for the hips, but it's also kind of a gentle, tender way to ground. So if that feels good, or if you've never done it, maybe try it. See how it feels with just a blanket, just patting. It's like just a little bit of nurturing. It might not even feel very different if your floor is soft, but it also brings awareness there because it's bringing some more contact with the hips. So from here, let's extend our arms above the head, and with the thumbs to the sky, the forehead is down. Either you can rest the head on the ground, or you can keep the head just lifted a little bit, but don't strain the neck. We're not lifting the head or the chest, but the arms are out in front, thumbs up, and now let's just lift the right arm up. The gaze is down, right arm comes up, then lower the right arm down. Left arm comes up, thumb to the sky, then lower it down. Now with the arms down, let's lift our right leg to the sky, point the toes, and just lift that back leg, that right leg up. Feel that right hip ground. Then lower the right leg. Lift the left leg. Left hip grounds into that blanket or the earth, then lower it down. Now let's bring our right arm up. Lower the right arm, bring the left arm up. Lower the left arm. Now from here, maybe We feel those lower ribs on the ground. We can lift the heart just a little bit. So now we gaze past the front of our mat. Let's lift the right arm and then lift that left leg. Now really feel that active space between the hips, that pelvic bowl. Lower the left leg, lower the right arm. Lift the left arm, lift that right leg. The right glute is active. Point the toe, feel the leg long as we reach. Now lower down. Now let's lower left leg, or lift left leg, right arm. Then lower, left arm, right leg. And then just flow back and forth. Right arm, left leg, lower. Left arm, right leg, up and lower. And just go back and forth. One breath in. Exhale takes us down. Inhale up. Exhale down. Inhale up. Exhale down. Last time, inhale up. Exhale, lower down. And now rest the head down. Bring the hands underneath the shoulders. Let's sit back into a child's pose. Feel the back reach for the heels. So the low back is going to stretch out. And now from here, maybe rock side to side. So we kind of make contact maybe with the chest and the tops of the thighs. Right glute over to the right, left to the left. Notice this gentle rocking, maybe giving some movement to the low back, some circulation in our low back. One more deep breath in. Our exhale is going to send us into tabletop. If you had a blanket underneath your hips, maybe you bring it down underneath the knees and the hands. I might do that because my floor is hard. I'm going to bring that into my practice today. So let's find our tabletop with our knees maybe hip distance apart. Actually, bring your knees mat distance apart. And then your hands are just a little bit in front of your shoulders. So you usually have them underneath your shoulders. Let's bring them in front. Because we're going to send our hips back. They don't have to touch the heels, but send them back towards the heels. Press the hands into the floor. When you press the hands into the floor, you notice kind of active armpits. I know we're all aiming for that today. I'm going to activate my armpits. Let's activate those armpits though. Then we're going to roll forward, bringing the hips past the knees and the shoulders over the wrists. Now bring the shoulders past the wrists so they're kind of over middle finger, thumb knuckle, or towards the fingertips. Maybe bend the elbows, lower the heart down, and then press the heart up. And now send it back, active armpits as we reach the sits bones towards the heels. Press the hands down, activate the armpits, activate the backs of the arms. Now let's lift it forward. Hips float forward, shoulders float towards the tips, the fingernails. Maybe we bend the elbows. You can hang out here or bend the elbows, lower the heart down. Then press it up. And let's sit back, activate the armpits as we send the sits bones towards the heels. And then a deep breath in. We're going to come up, hips forward, shoulders pass towards the fingernails. Maybe bend the elbows, lower the heart. Press it back up. And then we'll find tabletop. So bring those knees back underneath the hips. Bring the hands underneath the shoulders. And now from here, we're going to ground into the left knee, the left hand, and the right hand. Lift the right knee up just a little bit, but keep the toes on the ground. So maybe you curl the toes. And then just make some knee circles. So the toes ground us on that right foot. And that's kind of what, it's like that compass in school at that sharp point. And the knee is a pencil. So kind of move the toes, moving the knee. But feel the activity in the hip. And then lower down that knee. Let's just come rising up to our knees. Give our wrists a break. Reach for the sky. Maybe send the fingertips towards the forearms, kind of the opposite way when our hands are on the ground. And then open up the palms, the hands. Flex the hands, the fingertips towards the forearms. Then up towards the sky. Extend through the fingertips. Then we'll exhale, lower down again. You can always come onto your fists if you want to give your wrists a break. And now let's curl the left toe under, grounding the right knee and the hands, the fists. And then make that compass rotation with the knee. Just these tiny movements in the hip. draw the belly button towards the spine. So our core is going to be active. It's going to be as active as we want. Make those circles with the knees, changing directions, feeling that movement in the hips. And now let's lower down the knee. And let's come up to stand. So however you make it to stand at the front of your mat. Maybe your mind is wandering, so bring it back to that thing. Whatever is elevating, maybe it's a saint. Maybe it's the breath, maybe it's the subtle movements in the body. But as we sit here in our Tadasana, ground into that. Let that guide us. Deep breath in. Now ground in that Vata energy, those thighs, the hips. That's where we're going to bring our focus. So ground into that left foot. Now step the right foot back. So the toes face the front of the mat. Ground into the left foot, bend the knee. Feel that strong thigh. Feel the strong hips, the strong back leg. Keep the hands on the hips. Drawing that awareness into that seat of the body. Let's breathe in. And then exhale, let's straighten that leg. And then bend. So we're going to build a little bit of a heat, just breathing in. And then exhale to bend. In to straighten. Exhale, bend. Warming the body. Offering some balance to these crisper days. Exhale to bend. And then with that bent leg, let's come onto the ball of that back foot. And maybe begin to straighten as we hover and bring that right toe to the ground. But keep the right foot down. We want to stay grounded. We're not going to do much flying today because we're going to stay grounded. We bring our hands to our heart. Breathe in. And exhale, go onto the whole right foot. So the right foot comes down. We can bend that left knee. Kind of coming into a warrior one. Breathe in. Breathe out. Let's inhale to come onto the ball, that right foot. The right foot stays down. We can ground and straighten that left leg. Heart hovers. Breathe in. Now let's exhale. Bring that right heel down. Bend that left front leg. And now we'll reach up to the sky, but keep those palms together. And then exhale, hands come to the heart. Inhale, hands go up. And then we'll exhale, step into that left foot, bring the right knee through, really drive out of the hip, lift the hands to the sky. The right knee lifts now, but then the right knee. Now lower the right toe, open up into tree pose, ground the hands into the heart space. And feel stable and sturdy like a tree. You close the eyes. Exhale. We have Vata in nature during autumn. We also have a Vata time of life, which is like 60s and beyond. So even that age increases Vata naturally in the body. We can ground our Vata and allow that grounded Vata to serve us. We can be creative, add some spontaneity. You feel that lightness of heart. Breathe in. Exhale, bring that knee in. And now let's hinge it forward. We are going to fly this time. We had our grounded tree, so we're going to extend out. See if we can have that grounded sensation, that center with the leg up. It can be up a lot or a little bit. Now we feel that strong left thigh. Let's bring our right foot to meet the left and sit back directly into our chair. Bring our hands to our hips. Tuck the pelvis, lift the shoulders up, back and down. And now bring our hands on top of the thighs, so palms down onto the tops of the thighs. Breathe in. Exhale. Deep breath in. Now exhale, ground into that right foot. Lift the left foot up and then step it back. Coming onto the ball of the left foot, and then draw that ball or that heel of the left foot down. Straighten that front leg, bring hands to the hips. Maybe roll the shoulders up, back, and down. Let's bring our arms out and just get rid of any kinks, and then draw it right back in to our hips. And let's build some heat here. We're going to bend, exhale. Inhale, straighten. Exhale, bend. Inhale, straighten. And exhale, bend. Inhale, straighten. Now exhale, bend that leg. Pause here. Ground into the right foot, lift onto the ball of that left foot. And feel that kickstand of the left foot. And then exhale, the heel comes down, you can straighten that front leg. Bend that front knee, come onto the tippy toes of the left foot. Draw out, feel that right glute maybe active if we really ground into that right heel. And then exhale, lower that left heel down, bend that leg, inhale. And then we'll step that left foot forward, lifting the knee just enough to plant that right foot, really root down. Feel the strength of the pelvis, that's what's keeping us stable, right? Feel that right thigh. Lower down the left foot and then find your tree pose. Maybe it's different on this side, it can be resting on the calf or on the ground. Maybe your hands are above the head. We're going to keep our palms together, whether they're above the head or at our heart or on our hips. A deep inhale, that color red, hips, thighs, down to the feet. Notice where you feel stable in your body right now. Maybe it's hips. Maybe it's the hands. Breathe in. Exhale, sigh. Deep breath in. Now exhale, bring that knee in. We're going to fly. So ground that right foot. Kick that left foot back. Maybe you just kickstand it in the back. Maybe it lifts up a little bit. Notice that we can ground even though we might be like up in the air. Breathe in. Exhale, sigh. And now step that left foot to meet the right. Let's release the hands, releasing any kinks in the arms. And now from here, reach the arms up to the sky. Bring the hands apart this time. And then exhale, bring the arms out in front. The right arm on the bottom, the left arm, the left elbow into that right elbow crease. Let's find our eagle arms. So we can maybe have the back of the hands together or the palms together. Drawing our energy into center. And now from here, we're going to sit into our chair. Grounding into the heels, maybe lifting the toes off the ground, tucking the pelvis. Breathe in. And now let's exhale, straighten the legs, finding our Uttanasana, but with our arms and eagle. Breathe in. Now exhale, step that left foot back, ground into the right foot, step the left foot back, onto the ball of the left foot, lifting the arms up. Breathe in. Pressing the hands together, whether it's the palms or the backs of the hands, feel the active shoulders. Deep breath in. Now let's exhale, fold so that maybe the elbows come to the top of the thigh or the knees. Breathe in. Exhale. And now let's let it go. So unwrap those arms out to the side. Feel yourself suspended but totally supported as we have that center and we have our base. Let's breathe in. And we'll inhale, fly here. So lift into that front leg. Ground, ground, ground. The left toe can be a kickstand. Breathe in. Exhale, lower that left heel down. Hands come down to the side and then up into the sky. Yeah. Now bring the arms out in front. Left arm underneath this time. Right arm on top. Eagle arms the other way. Bend that front knee. Step the left foot forward. We've got our chair pose again. Uttanasana. Uttanasana. Breathe in. Notice those thighs. Notice the hips. Notice when we hinge forward, straighten the legs and bring our heart parallel with the ground. Its movement is coming from the hips, from that strength there. So ground into that left foot now. Breathe in. Exhale, step the right foot back on the ball of that right foot. And now lift the elbows up so that maybe in line with the shoulders. Ground to that ball of the right foot, the left foot grounds really strong. We're going to breathe. We exhale. Deep breath in. Now exhale, humbly bow forward. So maybe the knees touch the elbows. And then when you're ready, you can drag that right foot forward like a kickstand, lifting up onto a strong straight left leg. And then when you want to let go, release the arms out and feel the shoulders open. Nice. Draw the belly button in. Nice strong hips. Inhale. And now let's exhale. Bring that right knee up. Ground the right foot. Hands come down to the side. And pause. Exhale, side. Inhale, lift the arms to the sky. Exhale, fold it forward. Sweep the hands down and then come right back up. Inhale. Exhale, maybe shake it up. Inhale, lift. Little Sufi breath. And yeah, good guys, just go with that. Inhale. It rises up as we stand, passing the hips. We exhale. Let it go. Couple more times. And then you can pause, either standing or folded, whatever you feel is right for your energy today. Whether you want to extend to the sky or bring the hands to the earth. Yeah. Inhale. Let out, sigh. We're all in forward fold. If you're not in forward fold, if you're watching this later, come into forward fold and then step it back to downward facing dog. This is a really grounding posture because look, we've got 4 points of contact and these hips that are so grounding are high, but yet we're grounded. So let's draw our awareness to our palms. Notice our finger pads pressing into the floor. Notice that back of the hand on the floor. Drawing our awareness up to our shoulders and up to our hips. Then down the legs into the balls of the feet and the heels. Let's bend our knees as if we were going to lower them to the ground, but then inhale to draw them right back up. And maybe draw the knee or the heels close to the ground. Lower down those knees as if we were going to let them come to the ground, but then lift them right back up. So we're moving some awareness into another point of contact, but then when we bring our knees, our legs back straight, we notice those strong thighs. So just continue to bend and lower and then straighten, drawing the energy to the thighs and those hips. Just a couple more times. Whatever we visualize the beginning of class as our anchor, if we aren't feeling grounded with our movement. One more time. And let's lower down our knees this time as we bend them to the earth. Lower them down. And then let's roll onto our backs. So from our hands and knees, just directly to our backs. When we get to our backs, let's draw our knees into our chest. With our knees drawn into our chest, let's bring our knees out wide. And the soles of our feet, or maybe just the big toes, the inside of the feet, kind of come together. It's like we're in a butterfly pose where we're on our back and our feet are in the air because we're going to rock side to side. And then we'll slowly lower those feet down into our reclined butterfly. Maybe we want to bring some blocks underneath the knees so it can be a nice restorative butterfly. You can bring the arms above the head. Sometimes I like to interlace my hands above my head and just let my arms open. The arms reach up and my hands are together to kind of ground my energy in. So I feel like It's not leaving to my fingertips, but it's coming back to itself in my hands. Let's rotate our awareness to our toes and the soles of our feet, to our ankles, and to our knees, to our hips. So notice our shoulders, the back of the head, that part that seems to find the floor first. If the elbows are on the ground, notice them on the ground. If you have your hands above your head and your hands are interlaced, they might not be on the ground, but notice your elbows, those joints. Notice the wrists and the fingers. On an exhale, maybe bring the hands beside the body with the palms down. Keep that right knee out, whether it's on a block or whether it's just on the ground, and extend the left leg long for our reclined tree. And then visualize yourself, your entire body, the color red like a fire engine. Strong, grounded, warm, and stable. Exhale, bring the right knee to the sky, so the foot's on the ground. Now draw the left foot beside the right. Send the right leg long, and then the left knee comes out for a reclined tree on the other side. Our next couple breaths, maybe the intention behind them is to bring balance into our lives. So we can thank our creative mind and thank our mind for thinking and moving. Maybe just offer it to do it during waking hours. And then just visualize yourself here on the floor, on the earth, finding some rest, some balance. Let's exhale to bring the knee to the sky, foot to the ground. And then extend the leg out, and we'll find our Shavasana. But if there's any movement that you feel is going to add some balance and harmony, offer that into your practice right now. find some rest. Sometimes when our body is still, our mind thinks that it's turn to have some movement. So if your mind is stepping onto this stage right now, you can just offer it that one thing to focus on and say, just go to town with this one thing. Directing awareness to that one thing. The mind goes to other things, just say, hey, come back to this thing. Our thinking mind is what separates us from other mammals, that ability to have a little bit of a higher cognitive ability. I say a little because sometimes it doesn't seem like we have a lot more. But we don't need to make our mind our enemy. Just let it know that right now it's a time to rest. So that one thing, settle into that one thing. If your mind is still wandering, another supportive way to have our one pointed focus is to inhale and draw the fingers into the hand. And then gently exhale, opening the hand. Inhale, closing the hand. Exhale, let it go, opening the hand. Allow that to support your practice. Allowing yourself to nestle into this safer space, surrounded by friends on a screen. the person leading the class who adores you and loves you very much. Finding comfort and repose here in our Shavasana. If you'd like to remain on your back, please just continue with your still, quiet space. If you want to close class seated, then just bring your awareness to your breath, preparing for some gentle movement to rise into a seat. There is no rush. It's all about awareness. If you're seated, preparing for our alternate nostril breathing with our left thumb and index finger together. And if you're on your back, just visualizing this practice. If you're seated, your index and thumb together and it rests in your lap. Then if it's comfortable, you can bring your index and middle finger to that third eye point and the ring finger and the thumb to your nose. And if that's not comfortable, if that feels claustrophobic, then just visualize and just bring your right hand into your index and thumb, place it in your lap. So we can either visualize or we can bring the right hand to the nose, whatever's comfortable. We'll just breathe in and out normally. And if your hand is on your nose and your mudra, close the left nostril. If it's not visualizing, in through the right nostril for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Close the right and visualize out the left for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Inhale left. Close left, exhale or visualize out the right. Inhale or visualize right. Close right, exhale left. Inhale left. Close left, exhale right. Last time, inhale or visualize on the right. Close right, exhale left. Inhale left. Close left, exhale right. Then rest your hands in your lap. And bring your awareness to that one thing that we started class with. Just repeatedly redirecting and bringing awareness back to that anchor, whatever it is. And maybe bringing a hand to the heart and to the stomach, or hands in prayer in front of the heart. We'll exhale together. Inhale. Exhale. Om Shanti. 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 Om.